Now spread to the University of Johannesburg Soweto campus. Students earlier blocked the road near the campus. Let's get an update now on this. Our reporter Chriselda Lewis joins us live from UJ in Soweto. Chriselda, good afternoon once again. What's the latest from that campus?
Well, Natasha, it certainly seems like these protests are now spreading. You would recall that the University of Johannesburg had been on recess over the past week. They reopened this morning, and just a few minutes ago, police had to be deployed here to this campus after students came into the road and started burning tyres. There's quite a large police presence at the University of Johannesburg Soweto campus. Remember, we're still waiting for an outcome of the meeting that's taking place, a mass meeting between the University of Johannesburg student representatives as well as the students as well. That meeting will certainly decide whether the University of Johannesburg is also going to participate in this action, but all indications are at this stage that they will also embark on this action, because the students here are saying that the challenges that are faced by these students at these various universities, the University of Johannesburg is none the better. So essentially here towards the back, police are really manning the situation at this point. We're waiting for an outcome of that meeting at this stage. The traffic is also quite extremely slow here at this point as police try to ensure that the earlier scenes that we saw where students came into the road does not happen again. But all crucial again at this point, we've been driving around to several of these campuses, and it certainly seems at this stage that the protests themselves are now spreading to the different areas. So police are really going to have their hands full, really stretching their resources to these various universities around. But all crucial is the meeting which will be taking place. Not forgetting, when we're at Wits University a bit earlier on as well, we're also waiting for an outcome of that meeting. We saw students going into the Great Hall at Wits University, and they will receive a briefing there from the student leadership on what the way forward will be pertaining to this particular issue. But really, police have their hands full now, stretching their resources through the various affected universities, including this one now at the University of Johannesburg Soweto campus.
All right, Chriselda, aren't students at all worried about the academic program? As we know, there's nothing happening at Wits, and as these protests continue to spread, I would imagine that the academic program will surely suffer.
Well, certainly, Natasha, we're looking at just lectures coming to an end in the next couple of days. We're expecting in the coming weeks for the exams to have the first exams to have begun. But all indications are at this stage is that perhaps all these universities would need to change around their exam program. And all indications certainly seem that they might not write exams as they were scheduled to begin. But they don't seem to be concerned at all about the academic program there, Natasha. What they're saying at this stage is that, more importantly, government needs to realize that for them to be here on its own is a major headache on their parents. They aren't able to afford a tertiary education in South Africa. So they're saying at whatever cost, they will continue with the protest actions that we have seen, and certainly doesn't seem to be letting up. We're expecting some information to come from the University of Johannesburg in the next few minutes, Natasha.
All right, we'll get an update then as soon as we hear more from you, Chriselda. Thank you very much. Chriselda Lewis reporting there on the latest rising up of some of the protests that are now spreading to the campuses of the University of Johannesburg.